And one of the highlights you had in the WWE was getting to be the women's champion. Talk to me about how that came about and losing the title to Jacqueline, getting the chance to work with her as well.
Well, I worked with her for umpteen matches, hundreds probably in Memphis when she was starting out in Memphis. Um, Here's the deal there. Stacy the Cat Carter, who was at the time Jerry the King Lawler's wife, they did a deal where she ended up somehow becoming the women's champion. That was going to be a short-lived deal. She was a really good-looking girl, great girl. We get along fantastic. I really like her. I liked her then. I like her now. But she was strictly for the looks and personality. She was not a stout athlete or whatever. So Jacqueline, very safe in the ring, very good worker, but very solid, very snug in the ring, and sometimes even stiff, to be honest. They wanted the belt to be on the championship to be on her. Slapped me on the wrist for saying belt. We're not supposed to say that no more. Well, they knew Jacqueline unintentionally would have probably hurt Stacy in the ring just because Stacy was so frail and just a small little girl that was very pretty. So it was very simple. They put that little goofy match on in the snow, which was real snow, by the way. And so for me to win the championship off of Stacy, strictly so the very next day, even though it looked like 8 days later, because SmackDown wasn't live at the time, or 6 days later, whatever it was. Jacqueline beat me. That was strictly a way to switch the championship from Stacy to Jacqueline without Stacy getting hurt. So it didn't matter if I got hurt, but I didn't get hurt. But I mean, she's very snug, very stiff. But it was just that's all it was. That's all it was. So I can legitimately look at you in the eye and say I was the World Wrestling Federation champion at one point. I'm not to say the women's part, but I was the world champion at one point.
Yeah, I mean she's tough as nails.
Oh yeah, she is, and that's why it was such a quick match. I wasn't going to go out there and try to match her move for move. At that time, I was already probably 40 years old or whatever. So I've been doing this since I was 14.
You've been in this business a long time, seen so many changes. But it's good to see that wrestling's kind of in a big boom period again when you got all these alternatives and these other companies that are really rising, and especially on the independent circuit too. I think it's a great time to be a fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still with WWE. I'm on my own special deal, and I love it that the company is very loyal to me, and I'm very loyal to them. But I still do a lot of independent special guest referee, and I call it haha refereeing because I do the funny thing. The heel's got the guy covered. I'm looking at the fans, whatever. And then, hey, I want you to start counting. About that time, the babyface will schoolboy them. I'll count real fast, whatever. So I do a lot of that. I do a lot of these washed up conventions. They call them legends reunions, whatever. I don't care. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing the fans. I enjoy seeing the people say, "Oh, I grew up watching you," and I enjoy seeing the guys that I worked with over the years. So I'm still very active, and I love every minute of it.